We are back again. We are back. This time, Lastborn has joined me. He's a young man. He arrived at 3 in the morning, so it was difficult to wake up. But that's part of the game. That's part of the game. And he has to rush. He won't be with us for too long. And then, the show is called TBR Solution Sports Program. And my name is the Saubrey Boys, Walefatshe from TBR Solution. Last born, welcome back. How are you doing?
Yes, good morning to the viewers out there. And yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Shabalala and the viewers out there. Part two of the show this afternoon, I mean. So yeah, I hope everyone enjoys the show. And we've got a lot of interesting and exciting news to share with you guys.
I can agree when you say good morning. Remember, you've just woken. That's understandable and forgiven. Um, Today I want us to look at this. Is the biggest rivalry now in South African football is now between Mamelodi Sundowns and Kaizer Chiefs. Unlike before, it was Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns. Now, remember, football evolves. There were times whereby the biggest game in this country was between Morocco Swallows and Orlando Pirates. That was the biggest derby. Then as time goes on, it evolved to Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates. Are we starting to see the dawn of the serious rivalry between Kaizer Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns? Number of factors are contributing. Number of factors are contributing. Yeah, when you listen to the news, when you follow the newspapers or media, yeah, there is a serious rivalry. Maybe we need to start there. Give me something. Maybe starting with the 3 games that Chiefs were supposed to be top points on. Let's start there, Tshepang. So that it leads to why are we saying, are we starting to see now the new rivalry emerging between Mamelodi Sundowns and Kaizer Chiefs? Tshepang?
Yeah, yes. I think there's personally, I feel like there's a third party involved in all of this because yeah, man, week in, week out, we always hear that the two teams are clashing, and I don't know, maybe it's a kind of I could say war that maybe that's trying maybe to excite the league between but the two teams because a lot of controversial issues are coming along, and it's the smallest things. It's always the smallest things. I mean, even now, Kaizer Chiefs will also that we read the news that they the 3 games that they were supposed to play, which they have suspended the games. Um, it was when Kaizer Chiefs couldn't honor the games. It was due to COVID reasons, right? So they had suspended their 3 games, but now we have read that they've lifted that suspension and they are able to play the games. So they've got 3 game in hands which they are supposed to play, and Kaizer Chiefs will be playing those games. So it's going to be a very tight one now because. Hence, I did say this a couple of weeks ago that if Kaizer Chiefs would win those games, they'll be I think 6 or 7 points behind Mamelodi Sundowns within the league. So now it makes the league interesting and it makes things interesting. So I know that it doesn't sit well when it comes to the Mamelodi Sundowns management as a whole, and now there's a lot of controversial issues that are coming along, and it's just a war and a rivalry between the two teams. I don't know what's the plan or or maybe what's the benefits out of this whole thing, but yeah, there's a lot of bad blood between the two teams at the moment.
No. Last one, let me correct you. As somebody's experience, it's nature. It's not that there is a third force. No, it's nature. It does happen. Remember, I started that there was Pirates, Orlando Pirates, and Walefatshe.
Mhm.
Then came Kaizer Chiefs. It evolved. Now the rival became between Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates. I think it's just natural. It happens natural. And unfortunately, circumstances surrounding leads to that. All right. Unfortunately, by default, the two teams see each other as rivals. And there's nothing wrong to be rivals. Of course, if you are rivals, what does that mean? You are competing. I can go on and on and on. I say at some point it was Liverpool and Man United. Then it's changed, from Liverpool to Man United. Now we see Man United, Man City. All right. Now we see Man United, Liverpool coming back again. Okay. And then, in Spain, it has been always Barcelona and Real Madrid for some time. All right. And then even if you go continental, it used to be Zamalek and Al Ahly on the CAF Champions League. Now we start to see the emergence of Mamelodi Sundowns. My view or my prediction, there's going to be a strong rivalry between Mamelodi Sundowns and Al Ahly at CAF level. So it's natural, it's by default. It's not that there's somehow a third force. And unfortunately, when there's rivalry, of course, there will be this and that. They happens, it's football. Do you understand? So for me, I don't see anything sinister. That's how, that is why people love football, love the game, because there's competition. You're absolutely right. If Kaizer Chiefs can win these 3 games, and remember, they're still going to play Mamelodi Sundowns. It's going to be a big, big one. And hopefully by that time, supporters will be allowed to go to the stadium. I'm telling you, that one is going to be wafa. All right. And look, I'm sure Pirates fans will be angry with me that I'm downplaying Pirates. I'm not downplaying Pirates. Pirates still a big team. They're still playing a very good football, but it happens by default. You may agree, you may disagree with me. What's your take about what I've just said?
Yes, no, yeah, when you have put it like that, I mean, yeah, that statement is very valid because by giving the example of when Manchester City was formed again, I mean was being formed, now the whole attention is on Man City. It's no more on Manchester United anymore. There's new teams that are coming up, which by a lot of people start paying more attention to than the older teams. So this is what's happening right now, even in South Africa. So it becomes natural. Yes, you're right when you're saying that it comes natural when such controversial issues or wars start happening. Yeah, it's all part of the game. But now I feel like it makes the league interesting now because in terms of dominance, we've been seeing one team dominating South Africa for the past 5-6 years. So now maybe this is the time whereby Kaizer Chiefs maybe is trying to prove a point as well that you cannot bully us or not push over us. So it'll be very interesting to see how actually this season ends and there's a lot of games ahead of us. So we'll see what happens as time goes.
Let me take you back. You go to England. Chelsea was starting to emerge as a dominant factor. But after what happened to Chelsea, I wonder whether Chelsea will continue to be a dominant factor. You get my point? It happens by default and naturally. Well, when it comes to football, no one can challenge Real Madrid. Real Madrid is the best team in the world. You like it or not, they've won 13 Champions League. No one has done that, all right? That's Real Madrid. Real Madrid were only challenged by Lionel Messi, that's all. You get my point. Lionel Messi is the one who changed the landscape. That is why I always argue Messi doesn't compete with Ronaldo, he competes with the teams. I have statistics that shows how you compete with the teams, not a player. Arthur Melo. Remember Arthur Melo?
Yes, yes, yes.
Joined Barcelona. Now he went to Juventus. When he arrived there, and for me, that was wrong for him to say, you know what, I prefer to be with Cristiano. He's approachable. Messi is a difficult person and all that. But when he went there, he used to idolize Messi and all that. That is why he went to Barcelona, because he wanted to play with Messi. Now he has changed the tune now. He's starting to say Cristiano Ronaldo is the best athlete. He said Messi is something else. It's like God has chosen him to play football. And how many players who played with Ronaldo are praising Messi, who are fair enough. While I'm still there, earlier on we're doing the issue of the journalists and the pundits and the commentators and the analysts. I saw Anelka. Anelka is hard on Messi. He's perpetuating or he's insinuating that Messi should retire, because he retired at the age of 32 because he left the Premier League or the highest, and then he went to China. So he cannot just, and then he said, Messi and Ronaldo, you cannot classify the two guys in the same bracket. Messi is not playing well because PSG players are not passing him the ball. PSG players are not playing according to Messi's strength, all right? And then instead, they are denying him to get the balls. So you cannot compare that. Ronaldo is getting balls. Ronaldo's strength is to score goals. If he doesn't score goals, he's nowhere, all right? So you can't compare the two. And I always say, why do you have to mention Ronaldo and Messi in the same sentence or the same paragraph? You don't have to do that. And then that's what is happening with Kaizer Chiefs. By default, it's happening, all right? And then you see Sundowns is led by the young man, the son of Dr. Patrice Motsepe. And then we see now at Kaizer Chiefs, Kaizer Jr. now is starting to play a prominent role. It just happened by default. It happens by default. So, but this is what I'm observing. I don't know you out there, what's your take? You see what we see, or what I see? I don't know if Tshepang agrees with me or not, that I see that the biggest rivalry in our football, South African football, is going to now between Mamelodi Sundowns and Kaizer Chiefs. Of course, Orlando Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs will continue to do the best derby. That's one of the best derbies that we have in the world. So that one will continue. But watch the space. This is what I'm saying. I don't know. You agree with me or disagree with me? Tshepang?
No, that's true. That's why I said that it comes to a point whereby when a team starts getting competition in a matter of it sees that in terms of its dominance, it's starting to get challenged. Then that's when things become that's when things start becoming a bit tricky, the controversial issues as I've spoken about them, and the little wars that start happening, that the little wars that start brewing up, even the supporters as well become involved, in terms of this whole conflict. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. It makes things interesting. It makes things interesting because I could say a team cannot dominate forever. There'll always be another team that comes in and starts dominating, but which starts raising a lot of eyebrows, saying that where does this team come from? And why is it starting now, or where is it going? And all the other big teams start being under pressure, and now they're just trying to keep up and stay relevant. So this is what's happening at the moment. That's why I'm saying a lot's happening, but I'm just very much interested in how the season will progress and how the season will end.
Yeah, very challenging, very challenging. May the best team win. Some people are saying Mamelodi Sundowns has killed the dominance of Kaizer Chiefs in the local football. Remember, people are arguing that Kaizer Chiefs killed the dominance of Orlando Pirates in the local football. That's what is unfolding. Let's talk about the Champions League, unless you still want to say something about this big game.
No, we can move on to the Champions League. It's okay.
Yeah, and then what do you want to tell me pertaining to Champions League?
Yeah, when it comes to Champions League, we saw that the fixtures are out as well. The last 8, the quarterfinals again, tricky fixtures. I'm more interested in seeing the Real Madrid and Chelsea match. I think that one is a huge game, a huge talking point, and as well as Man City and Atletico Madrid as well. So Atletico Madrid got another Manchester team. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting when it comes to that fixture. I just want to see how will Pep Guardiola manage the defense of Diego Simeone, and how they actually play. There's that style of play. Not any team can break that defense, to be honest. But I think when it comes to Manchester City, they are capable. They are good on the ball. Their system works very well for them. So I feel like they can unlock any team and any defense, given on the day. So yeah, these are interesting fixtures, just to see. But I feel like Liverpool as well got an easy game, but it's tricky, but it's easy. I'm seeing Liverpool possibly it might win the quadruple this year. They are challenging for a lot of cup competitions this season, and they're starting to pick up form. They're in very good form.
Now, while you're still there, Liverpool and Man City. Now the gap is only 1 goal, 1 point. Remember, not long ago, the gap was huge. People were already writing off Liverpool. Not only that, even if you go on the score chart, you see Liverpool players are right on top there in terms of the scoring. All right. And then now, not only Mo Salah and Mane are scoring, but you also see other players coming and assist with goals. You know what? I don't know what's going to happen. Of course, I love Pep Guardiola. I think he's the best coach in the world. That's my opinion. I may be wrong with that. Klopp is not a bad coach at all. Yeah, so I don't know what to take. But if I look, they look solid, Liverpool. Do you think this league, I know Sheikh's has always been saying Man City is going to take it. Well, I love Pep, but if I look at the facts, do you think Man City is going to take it, or it's going to end, this is going to be go until to the last wire? What's your take?
I only have one statement regarding that. Remember that these two teams are still going to meet, the second round of the season. They haven't met, so they're still going to meet each other. I think it's in 2 weeks' time or 3 weeks' time, if I'm not mistaken, very soon. So I think that game will determine which team will win the Premier League, to be honest. I think that game will be a decider because I don't see Liverpool or Man City losing points after that game. So that point difference will be very, very crucial. So I'm looking forward to that game, actually. It feels like a World Cup final. So yeah, anything can happen. I'm looking forward to that game.
A quick one, the El Clasico. Do the El Clasico still have the spark? Do the El Clasico still excite people around the world? It's coming. What's your take? But those questions first. Do the El Clasico still a big tournament? I'll tell you why. This time they play on Sunday, they play at 10 in the evening.
Yeah.
El Clasico always play on Saturday. I wonder what made them to play on Sunday at 10 for that matter. 10 at night, South African time. So what's your take? Do
yeah,
have that, the magnet.
Yeah. Okay. So when it comes to the Classico, I think the spark got lost when Cristiano Ronaldo and I could say Lionel Messi left the La Liga, to be honest, because I think those two have been shaking up the La Liga for the past, is it past 10, 15 years, I could say, the dominance that they had within that league. So it kind of made the El Clasico very special because we all looked forward on seeing what Messi or Ronaldo will do on the day, to be quite honest. You know, who's going to be at tops when it comes to that game? Because, there's Messi fans and we all have Cristiano Ronaldo fans. So I think that spark I was on when those two were still playing. But now it's a matter of we still need to get used to the new system, the new generation that's coming in, and I think it will gain that spark again. But it's still the most watched derby, I could say, in the whole world. We still look forward to it. It's just that the feeling is different now. The only people that you're only looking forward on seeing, it's just people maybe you could think of or say that I just want this one to just go, or this one to just kill the game, or this one to just dominate the game. But the whole spark of it, the building up of the match, it's kind of different now. But it still has the same feeling because these are bragging rights. We talk about it even the next day. Real Madrid lost or Barcelona lost. It's still a talking point within our mouth. So, yeah, it's something that we look forward to. And the views are still high when it comes to the Classico. So the spark is still there. It's just different. That's the only difference. It's just different, but the spark is still there.
I differ with you a little bit. It was still there if Messi was still there too. It continued to be the thing. And then again, when you say the dominance of La Liga, both of them, no, the numbers don't support you. The dominance of that La Liga has always been Messi. I'll give you the numbers one day and show you that how this guy dominated that league. In the presence of Ronaldo, in the absence of Ronaldo, Messi has been a very dominant figure. I think they made a mistake. I still repeat, they should have made by all means that he should not leave La Liga. Now, I saw Pedri on Thursday scoring one of the best goal, the Messi goal. I don't know whether you saw it. And then everybody was saying a typical Messi goal. You know what? Pedri is going to be something else. Well, he won't be at Messi's class. Look, I'm still saying it. No one will be at Messi's class. Even Mbappe will never be at Messi's class. Yeah, Mbappe, yes, maybe can be Ronaldo's class, not at Messi. Messi is something else, something else. Now you start saying I'm biased, but that's a fact. You watch it yourself. You can differ with me. I don't have a problem with that. Pedri is the shining star that is emerging in this country. So now, when we look at El Clasico, I see Pedri doing well. Barcelona, they're playing very well. Abe Mayong is hot, red hot. And then Adama is Traore is very hot. And then, everybody's playing. And then Vinicius Jr. has become matured now. He's a very good player now. And you know what? I don't know whether players do watch the other players and learn. Vinicius Jr. was one of those players. He would be selfish. Instead of crossing the ball in, he would always want to score. But now he has improved. He's supplying. He's got assists now, And then now they start realizing that football is not only about the goals. Even assist is very important. You see. So Vinicius Jr., his combination with Benzema, it's spot on. It's spot on. And then you have Benzema, you have Vinicius Jr. Modric is playing very well in the middle of the park. Valverde, I like him very, very much so. And then it's going to be a game with full of sparks. And then we're going to see. And then, do you want to say something or should we move on to the CAF?
Yes, yeah. A quick one before I head out as well. I wanted to talk about Petri, remember I did say we had this conversation of Petri, and I don't think you were feeling him much. Yeah, when I spoke about
I didn't
Petri,
like him.
but yeah,
Even Gavi,
but
even Gavi, I didn't like him, but I see he's good. He's good. Very,
yeah.
very hardworking.
So
Yeah.
those two young boys remind us of Xavi and Iniesta in their time. So, yeah, those boys are really bringing the spark in Barcelona. And I hope that they remain humble, just keep on pushing in and putting in the work. They are the future. This is what Xavi's building, actually. So now we are starting to see the vision. I'll still say, now we are starting to see the vision. But that Petri boy is very, very talented. Yes, he will never be on Messi's level, but we must remember that players each each time and each and every generation, there's someone new that comes in, but with a different style. Someone with a different style, different class, but we can never match them with the previous stars, that walked the path, within the field. So Petri is one player that is very exciting, and we're looking forward on seeing his future
Let me
with the club.
let me tell you who Pedro is gonna, emulate. Zinedine Zidane,
Mm.
because he's slow, just Zinedine Zidane, but he's got vision. He's so brilliant, just like Zinedine Zidane. I see Pedri imaging to be Zinedine Zidane. I see Mbappe imaging to be Cristiano Ronaldo. That's my view. I may be wrong. I may be wrong. I haven't seen anyone who'll be at Messi's class. No, I thought Neymar would be, because Neymar. So, but the injuries, man, they are really disadvantaging him. So that's it. Kev, well done, what do you call Al Ahly? They've won. So at least now they are position 2 now, with 7 points. That means they're well on the road to qualify for the next round. We are happy for Coach Pito. We know that Mamelodi Sundowns has already qualified. They are playing again today, and then the game of today will be more in favor for Al Ahly than than Mamelodi Sundowns. Mamelodi Sundowns, even they can lose this game, they've qualified, but it's important for them to win this game so that they qualify for the next round as the leading team on the log. And then because that pride is very, very important. And then we are rooting for Sundowns to win. We want Sundowns to go all the way and take this Champions League. Well, I wouldn't feel bad even Al Ahly win because of Pito, but we are behind Mamelodi Sundowns. What do you want to say? Take us through about Amazulu.
Yes, Amazulu as well. They still have a chance. I feel like it's the lack of experience. CAF is very different. It's the lack of experience, maybe, I guess. But they still have a chance. But I believe in them. If they could just come out of that group, win the last remaining games, I think they would have made not just the club proud, but the country proud as well. Just for their first time being in the CAF Champions League, but advancing to the next round will be very, very great, and also a lot of confidence will be brought in players as well, and the likes of Coach Benny McCarthy as well. For a coach, for him, it will be very good for him, and and the club as a whole. I love what they're doing. That team has a lot of firepower and a lot of hunger. They've got a lot of fighting spirit with them. So I would love to see them, and I want them to qualify for the next round. But I believe they can do it. They've got a good squad, and yeah, the players have got all that they have to actually progress and fight for the team.
I think Amazon, Benny McCarthy has done well, and we wish them good luck. We want them to go on and win. It would be very nice. I see something evolving whereby our local coach are doing far better than foreign coaches. So we are happy. One day we'll discuss that and analyze who's doing well. I mean, I think of the three Musketeers as Mamelodi Sundowns. I think of Penny McCarthy, Steve Barker, Dance Malisela. They are doing quite well. And then, so yeah, that's my opinion. I may be wrong, but big up to the homegrown players as coaches now. They are doing extremely well. Tshepang, I don't have the message special today. Unfortunately, I can't share with this platform where I am today. Maybe if you get the other one computer, then we'll be able to do that. So, but you know my story. And when it comes to Messi, no doubt. I just want to prove that this man is above everybody. Do you want to say something?
Yes, we saw that Daniel Vaz was saying that it would be good for Messi if he would return to the club, club of his home, because he shared a lot of history with the club, and he was saying that he would love for Messi to come back home and just to finish off what he has started, So it's a matter of, I think Messi is one player who's very professional. As you did say that he's one player that you feel like he would honor his contract, but if he would get the chance to return back to Catalonia, he would actually go back, because I think that's a club which belongs to his heart very dearly. I mean, it's one club that he had said he would like to finish off his career. That team has done a lot for him, and he has done a lot for the club. So if he would come back home, that would be the greatest thing that would ever happen. When it comes to not just Lionel Messi, but to the club as a whole as well. Just to fill in the void that just had been gone for the past couple of months. So yeah, he's been getting a lot of positive messages from his former teammates. So we'll see how everything goes and how everything pans out.
Look, to be honest, I'm definitely certain he'll go back to Barcelona, depending whether Laporta wants to make it happen. The environment will be good. I think that's the only team in the Argentina where they show him love. And that's all what Messi wants to see whether they appreciate him. PSG, unfortunately, hard luck for you guys. You don't appreciate Messi. You don't love him. I don't think you deserve him. Let him finish his contract, go back to Barcelona. He'll play well. There is no better place, like Messi said, according to Daniel Alves. There is no better place where he will be happier than at Barcelona. I wish him to go back to Barcelona. Thank you very much, Tshepang. It was nice doing the show with you. And then, yeah, till we meet again, may you just bid the viewers farewell, if possible. I know you said you'll be rushing somewhere quickly, or you're still around. Bid the viewers.
Yes, no. Yes. Yeah. Thank you very much for having me, and yeah, for today's show. Looking forward for the Classico tomorrow, and yeah, it's. I think this is a game which Barcelona needs very much, But I believe that we could see something different tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that game, and yeah, thank you very much to the viewers out there as well.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated.